Okay, good afternoon, good morning, Bulldogs. Whenever you're watching this, we are now in the second quarter. So we go to the second quarter, second 9 weeks. It's week 9. Today is Friday, October 23rd. So we will take a look. You have a quiz here, and then you have part 2. So the quiz will be over both yesterday's work and today's. So there'll be 4 total events that you'll be answering questions on. So let's take a look at these events. Let's start with the Google slide presentation, which is meant to help you. And you can see it says, whoops, let me go to the top of this. It says part 2. You go to present mode. Again, this is the Road to Revolution in Texas, part 2, the events that led Texas to break away from Mexico. So it's from 1829 basically to 1836. How did the Mexican government's policies increase tension between it should be between Texas and Mexico. So, first thing you got to understand is we're not trying to trick you here. These events lead to tension or conflict between Texas and Mexico. They don't like what the Mexican government is doing. Specifically, the Mexican government, a new government comes in that are known as centralists. That means they don't want the states to have their own, they don't want them to have as much rights as they did under the Constitution of 1824. So this new, more maybe stronger Mexican government wants to not allow these Anglos in Texas to have so much freedom to do whatever they want. They have to kind of fall in line with the Mexican government. So the first 2 events from yesterday were the Fredonian Rebellion, which was a rebellion that Austin wasn't even for. So it was in Nacogdoches, and it was an event that caused even more anger after the guys got in trouble. But really what it did is it caused the Mexican government to get a little bit scared. So then they did the Mir Ian Terran report, which showed that, wait a minute, there's a lot more Anglos than there are Mexicans up in Texas, and they have a different culture. They may have a different loyalty. Maybe their loyalty is with the United States. It was 10-1 that they found. So they end up passing these laws, the law of April 6th, 1830. These laws are going to cause the Anglos from America to be very upset with these new laws being passed by the new Mexican government. And the first one was Mexican settlers will get to pick the best land in Texas. So I'm sure the Anglos were not real happy about that. So what you do is you go to here and you watch this video.
Hey guys, welcome to part 3 of the road.
Oops. And he'll kind of go through this with you. He's calling it part 3. We broke it down a little bit differently than they did. But that video will give you the answers to this. You're looking for 5 different things that the law, whoops. Okay. You're looking for 5 different things that the law of April 6, 1830 did. And I'm already telling you that it caused Anglos from America to be very upset. These are your empresarios. Most of them were Anglos. Okay, then we have the next event, kind of goes together, the conflict at Anahuac and the Turtle Bayou resolution. So the conflict at Anahuac was an event that was caused by the anger that Anglos had towards the law of 1830. So that law of 1830 comes out that you just watched the video on, or you're going to watch the video on, and it did this. Mexican soldiers, along with tax collectors, were assigned to regulate the port and collect taxes on any imported goods coming into Texas, because they were now taxing American goods. Ship owners tried to avoid paying taxes by taking their ships upriver and avoiding the tax collectors. Tensions continued to escalate, and then 2 Texas lawyers, William B. Travis and Patrick C. Jack, were arrested and put in prison, accused of spreading false rumors. So the arrest of these 2 Texas lawyers made everybody even more angry. So now you've got even more tension. And so you end up with the Turtle Bay resolution. Santa Anna is a Mexican general. He's a Federalist. He's kind of, I would say, kind of like Republicans and Democrats. The centralists are in power, and he's the other guy coming in, the federalist. So think of it as Republicans versus Democrats. He believes that the state should be free of Mexico City telling them what to do. That makes the Texans happy, the Anglos. And so now they're happy with Santa Anna. So what you want to do is you want to watch this short 2-minute video on. This guy's kind of a little bit. He's got a little bit interesting way of doing it.
Revolution.
And so he'll go through that.
And some bad things happen.
Whoops. Okay. So he'll go through that with you, and then you'll be able to answer these 2 questions. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go to the assessment, which is on yesterday's and today's. This is important. It's like a quiz, just like when you're in school. So make sure you go over this information before you take the quiz. Don't just try and remember from yesterday. I mean, review it. Just like you would when you take notes or anything, you're supposed to review that information. I know it's a little bit different because we're online, but even if you were in school, if you were not reviewing your information before you took a quiz, you would not do well on it. So just keep that in mind. So now you go over to your assessment. Okay, this is, that is, let me go to the Friday folder. So once we're done with that, we're going to go over to our quiz. And our quiz, you do the preview. This is another quiz where you get 2. Oh, it says I only have 1 attempt. I will change that to where you're getting 2 attempts before I put it into the in there. But you just go to it, and it's a traditional quiz. It's not really it's one of these where you're going to get different questions. There's 5 total questions, and they're just basic multiple choice questions. There's 1 true or false, but that's how that'll work. I will change it to where you get 2 chances. I thought I already did that, and then make sure you take a look at stuff beforehand. Don't just open it up and start taking it and guessing. I mean, you've got the information there. Take a look at it, and then when you feel comfortable, take the quiz, and then submit it. Thank you very much. Have a great day.